Ladies, gentlemen and graduates, welcome to this Birmingham City University Awards ceremony. This is a formal ceremony, but we do want you to enjoy yourselves. Please feel free to clap and cheer as loudly as you can. There is no problem with taking photographs, as long as you don't block the view of those around you. We want to make sure every family sees their graduate cross the stage without disturbance. So we ask everyone to follow these 3 points. Please turn all mobile phones to silent. Please remain in the hall until the ceremony has been closed. But if young children get restless, please see your nearest door steward, who will show you to a small viewing room where you and your child can still see the ceremony. Now, as the processions enter the hall, please stand.
I declare this congregation open. Please be seated. Where is mine? I preside over this ceremony as Chancellor of the University, an office which is held by each Lord Mayor of Birmingham each year, and I'm delighted to have this opportunity to participate in such a wonderful celebration of our students' achievements. I now call upon the Vice-Chancellor to give the opening address. Vice-Chancellor.
Chancellor, Pro-Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, all of our graduates. As Vice-Chancellor of Birmingham City University, I'm absolutely delighted to welcome you all to this morning's congregation. First, of course, and foremost, we must welcome our graduating students who are all resplendent and sat here in this magnificent setting, and also those of you who have been part of our programs run in conjunction with our partner colleges, and also those who have studied in the workplace. We're here in this, I hope you agree, very special hall, this very special setting, in order to celebrate your achievements. But also I'd like to welcome also your partners, your family, your parents, your friends, who are all here today joining in this celebration of your achievements. And your support to all of our students has played no small part in helping them to reach this point today. Graduation has always been one of my greatest pleasures as part of university life. The formal traditions of graduations go back many centuries, hence all of the gowns and the ceremony as a whole. But it's no empty ritual. It actually is all about recognizing achievements by real people, you, our students, and of course our staff, who have worked together in the learning community that our university is, to advance not only your personal insights, but also to advance knowledge more widely to benefit society as a whole. Like many of you, I joined Birmingham City University nearly three years ago, and together we've seen our university grow and develop dramatically over the last few years. And the most outwardly visible sign of that advance is the physical change to our campuses and our estates. While you've been with us, we've kept up an ambitious pace of development. We've opened the state-of-the-art Parkside building back in 2013. We followed that at the beginning of this academic year with our new flagship building, the Curzon building. And in the last year, we have confirmed plans to build a brand new conservatoire and to expand our City South campus up in Westbourne Road for a new School of Life Sciences and to bring back to Edgbaston the School of Education, alongside building more student accommodation and more teaching and office space. But buildings themselves are just bricks and mortar, glass and steel. What matters most is what happens inside them. And it's the efforts of people such as yourselves who study, those who learn, those who teach and research, that are actually making the difference every day. One of the highlights for me over the course of the last year was working in partnership with your Students' Union on our Extra Mile Awards, which were all about recognising staff and students who have made a significant difference to the university. And you know, we received over 900 nominations from our students about staff and other fellow students who have made that difference. And those Extra Mile Awards were fantastic ways in which we could recognise people who went the extra mile for the university. And you can read all about some of the award holders in your ceremony brochure today. I'd also like to focus on another way our university makes a difference. Just over a year ago, the university, along with every other university in the country, was assessed for the quality of its research, something called the Research Excellence Framework. And this recognised 11 subjects at BCU as having international significance. Twice as many of our staff we're producing internationally recognized research compared to the last assessment back in 2008. So a significant improvement on the numbers researching. But what excites me most of all about the results from this assessment is that 90% of our research that we submitted was assessed as delivering outstanding or very considerable impact externally. Impact, and that's an critical term, because really that's about everything we do here at BCU. We are driven not just by the pursuit of creating knowledge for its own sake, but actually we're committed to ensuring that that knowledge has an impact on the lives, on the work, and on the development of what people do, informing the things that people do. Now, the three faculties that are represented here at this morning's ceremony, each in their own way, have been actually at the forefront of impacting on society. Now, with so many schools represented, I can't tell you about all of the great successes through our research, but it's worth just touching on a few examples. For example, the built environment impact was wholeheartedly endorsed, with 100% of our research in this area was judged as internationally recognized or better. For example, Professor Mark Reed, has led the creation of new markets to enable companies to pay for restoring damaged peat bogs in return for the carbon that is actually saved. And this work, as a consequence, has led to water companies now regularly restoring peat bogs to reduce water treatment costs. So again, his research has impacted directly on the benefit of those companies and impacted positively on our environment. We had terrific results for our first ever submission in computing and informatics, a significant milestone for a field that is rapidly growing for us. Across all three areas of English, music and media, as well as being recognised for the international standing of our research in those areas, 100% of it was also judged very considerable for the outstanding impact it has. For example, in English, the development of WebCorp and eMargin has provided an incredibly important resource for companies and educational institutions around the world. eMargin in particular has had a profound effect on the teaching of English literature right around the world. The business school achieved a stunning improvement in its research, with 100% of its submission was noted as having real-world impact and really outstanding in its real-world impact. In our first ever submission, 100% of the School of Law's research was judged to have impact that was considerable or very considerable or indeed outstanding. Our legal team, for example, is leading the way on death penalty research, and our research into human rights is literally saving lives and further understanding around the globe. Of course, in many cases, the guilty are indeed guilty. The way we treat punishment and rehabilitation is equally important to society, as the protection is of the innocent and the pursuit of justice. And therefore, our Centre for Applied Criminology is influencing UK prison policy and practice through its research into decency, respect, equality and diversity. Again, more social policy research having a true impact on the lives of others. Now, why am I putting so much emphasis on these outstanding results of some of our research? Well, it's because it's the pursuit of real-world impact that is the foundation of our university. It's also the foundation of our curriculum, of all of our courses that we teach. And therefore, we're very proud of our applied and practice-led form of higher education here at Birmingham City University. We believe that it's this form of higher education that is about doing, really doing things, as well as understanding the knowledge about those things, that actually is more relevant to your needs as students and graduates, certainly more relevant to the needs of employers in society. And it also, we believe, sets us apart from many other universities, and I hope as a result of that practical form of higher education, it will set you apart as graduates. Of course, you're now stepping into a world of great promise and opportunity, even though this follows many years of austerity. According to a report called The Graduate Market in 2015, graduate and postgraduate level vacancies and salaries are rising, and actually there'll be more opportunities for you than there have been for graduates and postgraduates over the last 10 years. Such is the demand for your skills, your talent, your abilities. Employers are also now giving nearly a third of all entry-level positions in their jobs to graduates who have already worked in organisations, whether it's through placements, through internships, or through other work experience. And that's why our university has been placing so much importance and giving commitment to you to give you that direct practical experience in the workplace, whether it has been through placements or specific projects that you've done that are related to a working environment, providing real briefs for real clients. And I know that some of you that are graduating today are already working, or actually because of your employer's interest and commitment to supporting your development in management and leadership, that you have actually been studying while working to enhance your own skills and abilities. So well done to the likes of the Rank Group, Green King, Marston, St. Cobain, who have given that commitment to their employees to continue their development. And many of you, of course, today will be working in highly specialised sectors, where also the picture is incredibly positive for your futures. For example, those of you entering the creative industries, that industry alone is worth £80 billion a year to the UK economy, representing almost 10% of all UK exports. That's a massive sector, and it's a sector that's expanding as I speak. And the number of UK jobs in that sector, the creative occupations, rose to nearly 1.9 million last year alone, 3 times the average job growth of any other sector. So therefore, those of you entering the creative economy have fantastic opportunities. And then those of you who are today celebrating a degree or a master's in a STEM subject, science, technology, engineering or maths, this is another area of growth for us as a university. And you as STEM graduates have incredible potential to earn some of the highest graduate salaries, even if you're not pursuing a career in the field defined by the subject of your study. Those analytical and numerical skills that you now have are incredibly highly valued in whichever sector that you choose to enter. It's been certainly our aim since the day that you joined us to give you the specialist skills, the knowledge valued by your particular professions. And I think and I hope that we've worked hard together to meet the challenges and to help you meet the challenges that you face as you go ahead, as you move ahead. And I think that is a consequence of that higher education, the practical form of higher education that you've had with us, that you also feel equipped with the skills to navigate in a fast-changing world. We certainly believe in you. Every member of all my colleagues on this platform here today, we believe in you. And we'll also be here for you as well as you enter into the world of work. And while I know many of you have already secured your first step on your particular career ladder, 90% of our graduates are actually employed within the first 6 months of leaving us. But if you do need help, whether it's now or indeed in the future, remember as a BCU graduate, you'll always be able to draw on our employment advisory service, the support of your former tutors, and the guidance of your university. So we're always here for you as you move forward. But today, graduates, is very much your day. It's a day for you to reflect on your time as a student, your experiences, both in your studies and, of course, in your personal life. And most of all, it's a day to celebrate the things that you have achieved, the friendships that you made, and what you have learned. And it's a day to feel truly proud of yourselves for what you have achieved. And it's a day to look forward. Today is not just the end of your studies, but the beginning of the next chapter of your lives. And of course, you will become part of an already outstanding alumni of our university who are making a difference all around the world. And you'll hear shortly the story of one of our alumni, one of the alumni of the year 2015-16. And you'll always be part of the BCU family. You will also become part of the alumni organisation of BCU. So do keep in touch with us. You will automatically become a member of the Alumni Association. We want to hear how you progress, how you go on to make a difference in the world. Graduates, today I offer each and every one of you my warmest congratulations, and I hope that you enjoy the ceremony. It's a great day to celebrate your success, but also I hope you go on and begin to make a fantastic difference to the lives of others and supporting your own growth. You may not know this, but it appears on your certificate when you come to collect it following crossing the stage. And on the certificate is our motto, which is Age Quod Agis, which literally translates into do what you're doing. In other words, wherever you or whatever you go on to do, do it with focus, with passion, and to the best of your abilities. We capture the true meaning of that motto as do and be the best. And as you move on to the next stage of your lives, do and be the best. Very well done. Congratulations. I now call upon the Executive Dean of the Faculty of Arts, Design and Media, Professor David Roberts, to commence the presentation of award holders and on the Chancellor to receive them.
Chancellor, as Executive Dean, I present students from the Faculty of the Arts, Design and Media who've qualified for the award of degrees, diplomas and certificates. I commence by presenting candidates for the award of research degree. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, for a thesis entitled An Accessory Becomes Protagonist, the New Materiality of Sound in Spatial Design, I present Dr. Lorenzo Beretta. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled The Choreography of Landscape Experience, Person-Place Interactions in Selected Environments, I present Dr. Sandra Liliana Cardoza da Costa Baptista. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Pinturicchio's Frescoes in the Sala dei Santi in the Vatican Palace, Authorship and a New Iconological Interpretation of the Egyptian Theme, I present Dr. Roger Stephen Colin Gill. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Cultural Entrepreneurship and Reggae Culture, a practice-based exploration of Black heritage through interactive visual media and design, I present Dr. Leslie Johnson. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Gatekeeping the Arts, National Policy, Student Perception and the Art and Design Entrance Exam in China, I present Dr. Jan Leng. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Inequality in Chinese Higher Education and its Relation to Students' Internal Mobility, a case study of internal movement of art and design university students, I present Dr. Xu Mei Yu. I now invite Shirley Thompson to the lectern to present award holders from the Birmingham Conservatoire and the Birmingham Schools of Acting, Architecture and Media.
Master of Music in Instrumental Performance. With distinction, Hannah Barbara Gibson. Yuen Ko. Zhen Qiansu Wei. Ting Ting Yao. Postgraduate Certificate in Instrumental Performance, Josephine Ann Wilkin. Master of Music in Performance and Pedagogy, Isabel Rose Brearley. Sian Louise Davies. Bachelor of Music with Honours in Jazz, Ashley James Bonfante. Bachelor of Music in Jazz, Peter John Hugo Grimshaw. Bachelor of Music with Honours in Performance, Sarah Angarad Anwill. Jessica Rose Haynes. Charlotte Hiller. With first class honours, Manki Liu. Liam Murray. Daniel O'Brien. Rachel Louise Parry. Rachel Elizabeth Roberts. George Stewart. Kong Yuen Wong. With first class honours, David Westcombe. Master of Arts in Acting, Frederick John MacDonald Arnott. Rachel Deleuze. Natalie Samantha Adele Edwards. Sophie Elizabeth Handy. Glenn Douglas McGibbon. Daisy May Scarlett Parsons. Kristen Richards. Jane Emily Turpin. Ben Thomas Wilson. Master of Arts in Professional Voice Practice, Jessica Elizabeth Bonfield. Hannah Patterson. Master of Arts in Landscape Architecture, Xiao Chun Cheng. With distinction, Wan Teng. Yun Hong Yang. Xu Hang Yu. Postgraduate Diploma in Architectural Practice, Susie Ling Amy Wong. Postgraduate Diploma in Landscape Architecture, Katie Jean Allen. Master of Arts in Creative Industries and Cultural Policy, with distinction, Emily Ruth Betterson. Andrew Dice. Olivia Susan Holmes. Kit Yan Sabrina Fung. Master of Arts in Events and Exhibition Management, Saraswati Kanwar. Gurpreet Kaur. Karolina Kuszowska. With distinction, Aditya Nugroha. Master of Arts in Film Distribution and Marketing, Saras Kanungo. With distinction, Caroline Lichnewski. Birgit Mehrhofer. Master of Arts in Freelance Photography, Juliet P. Master of Arts in Future Media, Chiamaka Adeobi Chike Obuekwe. With distinction, Rishma Dana Marie Hansel. Kevin Y. Singh Lee. With distinction, Algirdas Sakikas. Lanbie Zhu. Matthew Robert Hughes. Master of Arts in International Broadcast Journalism, Atitaya Chemnan. With distinction, Kisandhya Iyer. Kwanjira Minchanant. Zijian Wang. Master of Arts in International Journalism. With distinction, Deborah Ann O'Donnell. Master of Arts in Music Industries. With distinction, Claire Gillian Watt. Master of Arts in Online Journalism, David Allen. With distinction, Alessandro Iacovangelo. Agustin Palazzo. Master of Arts in Public Relations, Abigail Gansa. Magdalena Lipowska. Master of Arts in Radio and Audio Production, David Morrissey. With distinction, Alan Stewart Musson. James Ian Ward. Master of Arts in Social Media, Baljit Kaur Haig. Master of Arts in Television Production, Maria Fanti. Tafadza Mushipe. Emily Trombetta Mabs. Master of Arts in Video Game Development, Chi Chang. With distinction, Gary Gordon Fenn. Jessica Lucy Harris. Stuart Jackson. Cameron Alexander Mackenzie. Stuart Mervyn Thomas. Heibi Yoli Yao. Master of Science in Video Game Development, Atta Abazi Tabrizi. With distinction, Natalia Belova. With distinction, Timothy Kenneth Brown. Mark Gary Richardson. Anthony Simpson. Desmond Yung Jiang Ti. Master of Science in Video Game Enterprise and Production. With distinction, Rowana Binti Abdul Razak. Kit Good. Ivan Kolev. Zhivko Petrov. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Media and Communication, Saba Amreen Chauhan. Olubumi Yatunde Janet Enireatan. Alexandra O'Hara. Bachelor of Arts in Media and Communication, Robin Louise Jane Holly. This concludes the presentation of awards from Birmingham Conservatoire and the Birmingham Schools of Acting, Architecture and Media.
I now invite Nathan Tromans to the lectern to complete the presentation of award holders from the Faculty of Arts, Design and Media.
Master of Arts in Art and Design, Anita Kaur Mann. Master of Arts in Arts and Project Management, Ai Han Chen. Chloe Juliet. With distinction, Charlotte Jade Kelly. With distinction, Laura Killeen. Isla Martin Abel. Master of Arts in Arts Practice and Education, Melanie Jane Moore. Jamal Mustafa. Anika Udness. Master of Arts in Contemporary Curatorial Practice. With distinction, Keely Usher. Master of Arts in Fine Art. With distinction, Lucy Michelle Andrews. Katie Alice Eccleston. Joanne Henderson. Tina Musharafi. Maria Nioftu. Maria Louisa Philippou. With distinction, Alexandra Alice Standing. Master of Arts in History of Art and Design, Imgi Hasoglu. Master of Arts in Queer Studies in Arts and Culture, Emily Jane Westwood Sparks, with distinction. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Fine Art, with First Class Honours, Thomas Adam Mark Humphreys. Wadia Sadaf. Master of Arts in Writing, Michelle Alison Leslie Barzi. Vanessa Shelia Courtney. Robert Dowling. Guy Matthew Etchells. Charlotte Louise McDermott. Malcolm Dennis Sanders. Lyle Boyd United Ware. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English, Amy Laurie Ann Church. Bachelor of Arts in English, Kay Rebecca Tranter. Zara Selina Gull. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English Literature, Holly Beth Williams. Master of Arts in Design Management, Entrepreneurship and Innovation, Dina Leonie Lewis. Master of Arts in Design Management, Professional Practice, with distinction, Anna Ancillary. With distinction, Thomas Maxwell Davis. With distinction, Preeti Kaur Randhawa. With distinction, Stephanie Louise Ratledge. With distinction, Ian Murray Ross. Ingrid Tejkamuala. Master of Arts in Interior Design, with distinction, Eng Wei Chong. With distinction, Hui Chao Feng. Rui Guan. Chu Yun Kang. Yen Xiang Lin. Winner Ng. Master of Arts in Product Design, Martin Thomas Baker. Kehua Chen. With distinction, Amal Ibrahim. Shanju Lin. Menghui Liu. Nina Lida Anika Nissinen. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Fashion Design with Fashion Communication, Sabrina Neal. Master of Arts in Jewellery, Silversmithing and Related Products, Robert David Goldsworthy. Francesca Onuma. High National Diploma in Jewellery and Silversmithing, Alexandra Lubas. Lucy Rebecca Whitehouse. Master of Arts in Art and Design, Surupa Lamaya. Shihua Yu. Master of Arts in Visual Communication, Zhaohang Li. Yulia Minko. Pimnuda Paitituri Saj. Kihong Yang. Master of Arts in Visual Communication, Animation and Moving Image, Li Ki Chen. Master of Arts in Visual Communication, Illustration, Ting Chi Cheng. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Visual Communication, Marcus, with First Class Honours, Marcus Julian Derrick Nell. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Visual Communication, Animation and Moving Image, Monika Grzina Przyszniak. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Visual Communication, Graphic Communication, Amy Jane Baker. Man Lok Chung. Katie Louise Grinsell. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Visual Communication Photography, Nathaniel Josiah Hazel. Chloe Minton. This concludes the presentation of awards for art, English, fashion, jewellery and visual communication.
And this completes the presentation of awards to students from the Faculty of Arts, Design and Media.
We are this morning absolutely delighted to be conferring 2 honorary awards of Doctor of the University. The first of these is to be presented to Louise Brooke-Smith, and I now call upon the University Orator to give the citation.
Chancellor, Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, colleagues and graduates. Today we confer the degree of Honorary Doctor of Birmingham City University honoris causa on Louise Brooke-Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, in recent years, a commitment to higher education has arguably become a matter of calculating the odds on success. You take out a loan, you make your other budgetary arrangements, partly on instinct and partly because you are confident the odds are in your favour. Nationally, we know you have a 90+ chance of completing a course, a 70% chance of getting a 2-1 or first, an 80% chance of earning significantly more over your lifetime than a non-graduate. Our own application figures tell us that more students than ever know that university is the place to improve your odds. But it's also the best place to beat them. Even with a degree, the odds can still be against you, but you still need that degree. Statistics speak loud about access for some groups of people to the corporate boardroom, to the football manager's bench, to the orchestral conductor's podium, to number 10 or to the White House. And that's why when somebody defies the overall odds, we hail them as special. And when they do it with the benefit of a Birmingham City University qualification, we have particular pleasure in honouring them. Such a person, a BCU diploma winner and one of life's great defiers of odds, is Louise Brooke-Smith. Today, Louise has nearly 30 years' experience as a chartered surveyor and chartered town planner, both in the UK and overseas. She's chief executive of her own highly successful company, Brooke-Smith Planning, which for many years has been undertaking a wide range of development consultancy here in Birmingham, a city that has always been, to say the least, a rich field for planners and developers. As the old joke has it, Birmingham will be fantastic when it's finished. Great careers transcend their localities and their natural domains. Louise Brooke-Smith has a background in both the public and private sectors, working for international consultancies, developers, and major city councils. She has worked for the United Nations and for non-governmental organizations on development, construction, and land use on projects across Africa and India. And on top of all this work, she has held numerous non-executive positions and fed back her vast professional experience through occasional lecturing at a variety of academic institutions, including this one. Her capabilities as a communicator are further recognized by regular invitations to speak at international conferences. And there, audiences hear not just of her expertise in the area of urban development, but her passion for inclusion, her passion, you might say, for improving the odds for all those people who find the door closed in their faces or the glass ceiling brushing against their heads. It is a very personal passion, because in an industry historically dominated by men, Louise Brooke-Smith is the first ever woman to be chosen as global president of the Royal Institution of Chartered Surveyors, RICS. The action and the recognition did not stop there. In June 2015, she launched the Inclusive Employer Quality Mark, the first such initiative for the property sector. She was named Outstanding Woman in Construction by the Chartered Institute of Building and Building Magazine in 2015, and as the National Outstanding Achiever in Construction Award winner 2015 by Constructing Excellence. She was also a Confederation of British Industry First Woman in the Built Environment finalist in 2014 and 2015, and she's now a free woman of the City of London. In celebrating Louise Brooke-Smith's contribution to equality in a male-dominated industry, it's gratifying for us at the university to reflect on the way our own provision in this area has brought women to the forefront of parallel professions. Our former Professor of Architecture, Ruth Reid, was the first female president of the Royal Institute of British Architects. Our current Professor of Landscape Architecture, Catherine Moore, chair of the International Federation of Landscape Architects and advisor to the government for HS2. So here we are then, collectively and individually defying the odds. May all our graduates today have the courage, energy, and expertise to do the same and to take their inspiration from our honoured guest today. So Chancellor, Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, colleagues, graduands, it gives me great pleasure to invite the Vice-Chancellor to confer the degree of Honorary Doctor of Birmingham City University, honoris causa, on Louise Brooke-Smith.
As Vice-Chancellor, I exercise the authority of the Academic Board and to confer the award of Doctor of the University honoris causa on Louise Brooke-Smith, and I invite the Chancellor to present the degree, parchment and the commemorative medal. Chancellor. Invite Louise to say a few words to this congregation.
Chancellor, Pro-Vice-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, I am deeply honoured to be here today to accept this doctorate and wish from the outset to thank the academic team at the Faculty of Computing, Engineering and the Built Environment. The goal of any acceptance speech of this nature is to inspire, to encourage others, and to be brief. Now, I'm not sure that anybody can actively set out to inspire, but I can certainly encourage, and I can also try to be brief. The very kind words a moment ago have given you a little insight into what I do in my day job, how I got there, and my role over the years with the Royal Institution of Chartered Surveyors. Now, to put all that into context, let me take you back to the mid-1980s. Some of you will remember the mid-1980s. Now, I was listening to an awful lot of David Bowie, who we heard today is no longer with us. A sad day. But when, like you, I was attending my own degree ceremony, mine was in Sheffield, at a time when the economy was not doing too well. Established industries were taking a bit of a knock, and political unrest with the miners' strike was at the fore, especially in Yorkshire. Equal opportunities legislation had been in place only a few years, and I was about to graduate in urban land economics from what was then the Polytechnic. Now, I was very keen to get stuck into a job, but I didn't take the conventional route. Instead, I worked abroad. A string of very lucky breaks and a bit of blagging about my skills with a theodolite took me to the heat of Zaire, which then led me to working in India and Nepal, and then, as you've heard, for the UN in East and Southern Africa. Now, in between those various adventures, I took a slightly more conventional role in the exotic delights of the Estates Department at Coventry and Birmingham City Councils, and then with a major UK property agency and a national house builder. And as you've heard, I also studied for my postgraduate diploma here at BCU in planning, but it was called Birmingham Poly in my day. By taking opportunities as they came along, I found myself at the age of 30 with a CV that included both the public and private sectors and a few strange countries to boot. And being particularly impatient, I saw a niche in the market. And so I decided to do it for myself. I resigned from what was a good job with a housing developer and set up a town planning consultancy. With huge support from my family, some very good friends, and a little bit of luck, that small planning consultancy is now a national consultancy, and I'm honoured to say that we work with some of the biggest investors and developers in the world. Now, the RICS was a big part of that journey, and it began with one of the most resonant pieces of advice my father gave me when I started on that course in Sheffield. He said, "If there's a professional group that can help you along the way, join it." So I did, with the view that you get out of something at least what you put in, and generally considerably more. The RICS wasn't any old members' club. It was established under a royal charter nearly 150 years ago, with the key objectives to set and enforce standards and professionalism across the fields of land, property and construction. It seemed a good group to join. So I became a student member, and I have to say I was one of very, very few women at the time. Well, one thing led to another, and last year I had the honour of becoming the global president. And in reality, it meant for 1 year I was the ambassador for the RICS on the international stage, working with governments and organisations such as the World Bank, the IMF and the UN. I was the first president from the West Midlands and managed to wave that flag proudly as often as possible. Now, the surveying profession is very much on the international stage. Governments around the world recognise the challenges of urbanisation and the need to give their communities sustainable places to live, work and play. I tend to give the example of India, a country that needs the equivalent of 26 new cities the size of Chicago to be built over the next 20 years, just to house the anticipated population growth. Now, to do that, India needs professionals to help plan, build and manage the infrastructure and property required. and similar pressures can be found across the globe. So, what a fantastic time to be entering the profession. Whatever your background or your gender, property, construction and land economics really do make the world go round. And I had the honour of leading the institution at the heart of that global push. Now, if I can do that, someone who came from a very normal background, scraped through their A-levels, found themselves on a course at Sheffield Poly, then had wanderlust and skipped around the world for a few years, then think of what you can do today when those global doors and opportunities are well and truly open. I know there are students here today from a number of courses, and your career aspirations may be varied, but your graduation today is the start of something absolutely fantastic. Your journey onwards shouldn't be seen as one of trepidation, but one of adventure. But you've got big, and you've really got to think global. So I conclude my speech by thanking my ever-supportive family, and particularly my husband, who's up in the audience, and my colleagues, and reiterating my enormous thanks to the team at the university for an absolute privilege. I'm deeply honoured by the award and the recognition that it gives my profession. And I'm going to leave you with just 2 key pieces of advice that have influenced my career path over the last 30 years. They're from my mum and dad, who've been instrumental in inspiring me throughout. And they reflect an ethos that I've passed on to my 2 girls, and I'd like to pass on to you. Make the most of every opportunity that comes your way, because it might not come again. There's nothing in the world that you can't do if you put your heart and soul into it. If you really want to do it, there's nothing that should stop you from doing it. So in accepting the honour of this degree of doctorate of the university, I really wish you all the best with your journey onwards, wherever it takes you in the world. Thank you.
Louise, thank you so much for that, and it's a privilege to have you now, a member of the university community, as part of as a doctor of the university. And also, your story is truly inspiring, and thank you also for your encouraging words and your advice to our graduates today, and I hope you will heed much of that advice as you go forward. I now invite Professor Keith Horton to commend the presentation of award holders of the Faculty of Business, Law and Social Sciences, and for the Chancellor to receive them.
Chancellor, as Executive Dean, I present students from the Faculty of Business, Law and Social Sciences who have qualified for the awarded degrees, diplomas and certificates. I commence by presenting candidates for the award of a research degree. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled An Investigation into the Psychological Health and Well-being of Prison Officers Working in a Therapeutic Community, I present Dr. Emma Jane Walker. I now invite Dr. Dawn Albury to the lectern to present postgraduate students from the Birmingham City Business School.
Master of Science in Accountancy and Finance, Oluzola Moses Adeniji. Mohammed Abbas Babatundi Alagali. With distinction, Farida Oluwatami Awa Ibrahim. Musa Oluwatosin Awa Ibrahim. Also awarded the SEMA Prize for Best Overall Performance with distinction, James Edward Berry. Mohammed Amir Fedas bin Abdul Rahim. 1. Mohammed Nazrul Ashraf bin Wan Abdullah. Azrina Zahira binti Harith. Farah Wahida binti Mohammed Zin. With distinction, Lin Shi Cheng. Win Anna Chua. Ebienyi Ediongi Ekareti. Foleyan Ifelua Mary. Maytab Hussein. Mohammed Shaful Hussein. Nina Michelle Camo Foyer. Shay May Cow. Costas Legu. Mornufulu Akinobi Lasende. Sorry. It's okay. Mohammed Hassan Malik. Sui Ping Ing. Ten Duk Ngoyen. Anne Hai Ngoyen. With distinction, Oyebanke Fatima Oya Loa. Umar Salihu. Govinda Singh. Penny So. With distinction, Saud Sahel. Master of Science in Audit Management and Consultancy, Munira Ali Al-Balushi. With distinction, Marius Yakech Makarski. Charles Sembatia. Faso Odala Matsimbi. Mary Ogechi Orangwa. Christina Boaty. With distinction, Gudfina Bjork Christian Jote. Anua Barbara Obo. Olazumbo Modinat Olatunmimbi. Nina Sharma. Colin Wangari Wataka. Xu Zhao. Master of Science in Leisure Leadership and Strategy, with distinction, Rachel Ann Blight. Michael Paul Syme. Helena Taylor. Master of Science in Management and Finance, with distinction, Nazimat Opiemi Bukoyoi. Cynthia Irene Aluchi Ilurihu Ovia. Miguel Anchel Pepe Gonzalez. Suchada Sangwatanarek. Erineo Omaladi Ojotu. Ahmed Bashir Sodangi. Mohammed Tahir Suleiman. Tan Lon Tran. Thank you. Yulon Yong. Honggu Zhao. Master of Science in Management and Marketing. With distinction, Stanley Glyn Jones. Konstantinos Militisis. Master of Science in Multi-Unit Leadership and Strategy. With distinction, Sarah Pibworth. Matthew Charles Singleton. Master of Science in Risk Management. With distinction, Michael Derek Colton. With distinction, James Lucas. Lorraine Solway. With distinction, Julie Waters. Postgraduate Diploma in Independent Merchant Leadership and Strategy. With distinction, Thomas Andrew Brooker. Lee Church. Jacob Samuel Philip Feek. Jamie Pearce. Jason Rothwell. Postgraduate Diploma in Leisure Leadership and Strategy. With distinction, Natasha Lee Baxter. With distinction, Patrick Allen Mark Bevan. Mark Blackwell. With distinction, Nick Boothroyd. Nigel Philip Green. Natalie Holland. Paul Horngold. With distinction, Anthony Gerard Johnson. Kimberly Ann Jones. David McIntyre. Nikki Mayhew Sanders. Rupert Neville. Craig Marshall O'Neill. Jayalal Pillai. Anthony Riley. With distinction, Nicola Marie White. Matthew Wilkes. Postgraduate Diploma in Multi-Unit Leadership and Strategy. Simon Beale. Gavin Ian Bowles. With distinction, Rebecca Elizabeth Boys. Robert Mark Clayton. With distinction, Dale Cottis. With distinction, George Georgiou. William Guthrie. With distinction, Julie Jolly. Michael Colin MacArthur. With distinction, Russell Frederick Newby. With distinction, Keith Martin Palmer. Jeffrey Peter Webber. Postgraduate Certificate in Research Practice, Leslie Spillman. This concludes the presentation of postgraduates from Birmingham City Business School.
I now invite Professor John Clibbens to the lectern to continue the presentation of award holders from the Faculty of Business, Law and Social Sciences.
Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Accountancy and Business, Yasmita Barada. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Accounting and Finance, with First Class Honours, Amritpal Singh Gruel. Sabrina Koistani Gul. Bachelor of Arts in Accounting and Finance, Urusa Mukhtar. Kulsum Sajan. Farah Pervez Warij. Bachelor of Arts in Business, Kadar Mohammed Ade. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Business Administration, Ho Chun Yu. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Business and Economics, Govinda Singh. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Business and Finance, Hiza Zafar. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Business and Management, Zhangzhu Hang. Hu Jie Zhang. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Business and Marketing, Maniba Zariat. Bachelor of Arts in Business and Marketing, Yasser Ali. Bachelor of Arts in Economics and Finance, Junaid Zaifullah. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in International Business, Omar Rana. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Marketing, Reese Lucas Laye. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Marketing, Advertising and Public Relations, Hariot Kaur Boparai. David Rubin. Postgraduate Diploma in Human Resource Management, Neelam B. Heather Kate Jones. Sukhbir Samra. Master of Laws in International Business Law, Davia Sharray Williams. Master of Laws in International Human Rights, Con van Dau. Vitalis Madani. Master of Laws in Legal Practice, Santoma Joel Zarua Ibenichi. Postgraduate Diploma in Legal Practice, Nicolas Indio do Brasil. Shahida Liaquat. Marian Radoyu. Yasser Taj. Mohammed Yasser. Bachelor of Laws with Honours, Georgia Clarice Kane Greaves. Bachelor of Laws with Honours in Law with American Legal Studies, with First Class Honours, Lorna Kate Arnold. With First Class Honours, Lee Robert Glass. Bachelor of Laws with Honours in Law with Criminology, Candy Chanel Campbell. Master of Arts in Criminology with distinction, Gemma Louisa Bradley. Master of Science in Forensic Psychology, Amana Ahmed. Stuart Nicholas Azad. Daniel Joshua Bosworth. Karendip Dillon. Robin Tyler Ellis. Tina Marie Emery. With distinction, Katrina Louise Hall. Bachelor of Arts with honours.
Bachelor of Philosophy.
Phoebe Perry.
Mark Andrew Mather.
Danny
Bachelor of Science, Environment, Networks and Security. With distinction, Matthew David Humphreys. With distinction, Sikandar Malik. With distinction, Julian Zane Sudbury. Master of Science in Telecommunications, Afolabi Abiodun. Foku Michael Phoebe. Atiku Lawai. Master of Science with Honours in Forensic Computing, Talia Rebecca Miller. And Computing. Outstanding Class Honours, Stuart Ian Powell. Abidinasir Mohammed Ibrahim. Xavier Gillards. Hafsat Hogsathor. Olaluwa Alagoki Adenuwa. With distinction, Syed Mohammed Mohsin Ali Rizva. Logistics and Supply Chain Management. With distinction, Joanne Louise Wilson. With distinction, Suzanne Stephanie Blunk. Mo Biggie Nyang. With distinction, Master of Science in Logistics and Supply Chain in Atoglu. Calvin Chino. Napafos. With distinction, Shahista Karim. And Nudam. Antan. Chutham Thamapolo. Master of Science in Project Management. Jimby. Falarin. Me. Yinks Z. Yan Z. In association with First Class Honours, Dylan Bonds. Craig Davis. Anne. In association with Access to Music, Bachelor of Music with Honours in Music, Michelle Jackson. Samuel Poston. With first-class honours, Emilia Smerazinska. In association with Birmingham Metropolitan College, Higher National Higher National
Leads the presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Computing. I now invite the Alumni of the Year.
Here today, around the world, celebrating your alumni make a real difference. And our Alumni of the Year scheme recognises graduates whose achievements and contribution to the community after completing a degree at the university to complete her while also building up her reputation. She completed her M in Bahrain. Potential for art as a form of expression instead of violence. She brought together 12 independent, self-curated exhibitions to the public, using art and design we all share, building a stronger and safer community. As a practicing artist herself, Tamadeh has contributed to several the Bahraini team at the Biennale. Talk in Bangalore, released today. Last year, and fashion icon with her husband is on storytelling, the reason wearable to develop beige and teal. He's now back in Birmingham under a committed alumni mentor here and visits current students on the MA course to discuss their ideas. Communities shine. For this month's ceremonies, the university has named 2 in further degree of belief in the power of art to touch hearts and help in healing. Now, Jim's career being those priorities into the year was one of Sainsbury's most talented managers, joining a company that then enjoyed relatively low prestige and diminishing profits. It was partly a home choice for a Midlands boy, and partly the opportunity to build something from the compellingly simple idea of a place where everything. Jim McCarthy's pedigree equipped him perfectly for this unique challenge. His working life started with retail utility, a newsagent shop. He went on to senior positions at Next and the Birmingham Post and Mail before taking over at T&S stores. In textbook style, Jim McCarthy based business since he took it over nearly 10 years ago. Stores and annual sales in the order of 1 million. The simple idea in lean times as you may flourishes on boom footfall like any other business. Priority 2, before 2000 had a management team who'd never worked anywhere else. That meant poor deals and a lack of strategic thinking. So former star colleagues from Sainsbury's were brought in to open up wider horizons. Priority store in Spain. Supplier management, they sell products for £1. Priority 5, listen to your customers. To pay only in cash was not going to work. That's when shoppers got to the till. In came valued at £750 million. So what about priority 6? Get lucky. I have to conclude. Witness his prize as signalled not by who you preparing the big boys for the plush environs, beanstalk banged on the door of the giant. For any company, university, and above all, for any graduate. So, Chancellor, distinguished guests, colleagues, and
I don't know how to follow that introduction, but perhaps if I use one of the products that Poundland sells, these reading glasses, it might help me. So, Chancellor, Pro-Chancellors, Vice-Chancellors, distinguished guests, graduands, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, I thank those for this honour. To say I am flattered and delighted would be a significant understatement. I am very grateful and immensely proud. I asked for some guidance on what to say to you today, and it was suggested that for our students, some examples from my life and some advice may be helpful. But before I do so, I would like to just share with you my view that I don't think there is one formula that delivers a good life and a good career. However, if there is something within this brief address that resonates with you and helps, then I think that would be great. My education was provided at St. Philip's School for Boys on the Hagley Road, here in my favourite city, Birmingham. I loved school. It was full of great lads, and we laughed a lot as we learnt. I decided to leave St. Philip's at the age of 17, part-way through my A-levels, with the words of the headmaster as I left his office on that day ringing in my ears. "McCarthy, you will never make anything of your life." I can't say to perform any, but I got it. That remains with me to this day, that I did not go to university. However, I'm not ungrateful. How could I be? But I do wonder if I could have achieved more had I done so. It seems to me that it is now more important than ever to maximise your potential with the significant benefit of a university education. As you've heard, I've been involved in retailing for over 40 years, lower or slightly lower than the other. I think luck plays a part in everyone's life, and mine is no different. I recognise now that by joining as a junior trainee in 1973, at a time when they were growing fast, created much more opportunity than would have been the case if I had joined a larger, more mature business. I enjoyed it immensely, learning fast as the company grew at the rate of one new store opened every week. The first year that luck played another significant part in shaping the rest of my life. I met Rosie, my future wife. Around a year later, we married. We were both made me mature in good stead during the early part of my career. And Rosie has been a wonderful support throughout my career. And that makes a real difference. I've also been a beneficiary of working with some wonderful leaders who had faith in me and gave me the opportunity to perform. John Hayward, Managing Director of the Dillons Group, was one of those. At a very young age, to run a group subsidiary on the south coast. It was there that I listened to a supplier who suggested to me, that the future of retailing was in convenience stores rather than in traditional newsagents. He said it so many times to me and with such passion that I decided that I would give that a go and launched the 84. They were enormously successful. It was the success of those stores that led me to be promoted to Group MD, returning to my home. Now, that would not have been possible without three things, in my view. Firstly, listening to sage advice. Second, to be confident enough to change an already successful model. And lastly, the importance of passion from my team, who worked so hard in delivering that change and the results. The business was sold to Next in 1987, and I learnt a lot within the public company environment, and in particular from George Davis, their chief exec, who you may know better as the man who created George at Asda and Per Una at Marks & Spencer. Next sold the business in late 1989, and the Midland PLC T&S Stores acquired it, and I became retail director of the enlarged company. A step backwards in a role, perhaps, but I thought over the longer term that this would be the right path for me. A key learning, in my view, is that sometimes you have to go back to go forward. It's a judgment call, of course, but after all, we are paid for our judgment and the quality of that best judgment. We built the convenience store estate up to almost 900 over the next decade, re-engineering the business from its newsagent's roots. During that time, I was appointed Group CEO, and I was particularly proud to work with my chairman, Kevin Threlfall, Wolverhampton lad actually, and a very talented retailer. My team worked hard and collaboratively to produce sales that exceeded £1 billion a year, and eventually the strategy we set out several years before came to fruition, namely that a large supermarket group would acquire the business and take it through the next stage of its development. One Stop was acquired by Tesco in 2003 for an enterprise value of around £500 million. Tesco asked me, following that acquisition, if I was interested in running their stores in Poland, which I declined. And I decided to leave Tesco, joining Sainsbury's as MD of their convenience store business. And once more, luck played a part, with the role arising really out of a friend of mine suggesting that I contact Sainsbury's Justin King to suggest he needed an MD to lead that part of their operation. I learned a great deal there and was part of the team that implemented the Making Sainsbury's Great Again programme, which delivered an additional £3 billion of sales in 3 years. It was in 2006 that, for family reasons, I left Sainsbury's to work once more in the Midlands, with Poundland as their CEO. The Poundland model is unique. Everything is sold at £1 and is amazing value. As you've heard, it was floated on the London Stock Exchange fairly recently, in fact, March 2014. We currently operate around 900 locations following a recent acquisition, including stores in Ireland and now 10 in Spain under the Multi-Price Deals brand. Sales over 9 years have risen to £1.5 billion annually. My Poundland team is an exceptional team, and I am very proud of their achievements. I hope that the team message is clear, as it is central to all that has been achieved throughout my business career. And I hope that I've made it clear that there is no single formula that automatically produces results on a sustainable basis. In my opinion, it's a mixture, a blend of things, including hard work, listening, creating and being part of a good team, good judgment, and a liberal dose of good luck. It's not an exclusive list, but it's my view on what makes the difference. It has for me. So thank you very much for this award and for allowing me to share part of my business experience and life with you. Good luck and good wishes to all in this room, especially the students who are such an important part of our future. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim, and also welcome to the BCU community. Fantastic range of experience there and advice to you all as well, which I'm sure you will take forward. We're getting very close to the end of this morning's congregation. I must say that you all looked absolutely fabulous as you crossed this stage this morning. You had such self-confidence, which I'm sure you'll all take forward into the next stage of your careers. I must also say that, you know, the Chancellor and Lord Mayor, it's quite a tough job standing there in the middle receiving you all with all those heavy chains and his heavy gown that he wears. So it was rather splendid that one of you chose to give him a big hug. So thanks for that. I'm sure you liked it as well. Yeah. So well done to everybody. So it now allows me to invite Aisha Araf, who graduated this morning from the MSc Business Intelligence Programme, and she's going to address you on behalf of you, our graduates. Hello
everyone, my name's Aisha and I'm the graduate from the Business Intelligence degree programme. There are a whole host of people I'd like to thank on behalf of graduates and guests here today. I'd like to start by thanking our Chancellor. Thank you for taking time out of your demanding schedule to attend our ceremony today. We are grateful to you for the interest you have shown in our achievements and for helping to make this a truly memorable occasion for all of us. I would like to thank our honorary doctorate recipients, Louise Brooks-Smith and Jim McCarthy, for sharing some of their thoughts and experience with us, and also to congratulate Tamada Ali Al-Fahal as one of our Alumni of the Year recipients. I'm sure that they've given us some food for thoughts as we take the first steps into our respective careers. Our talented musicians from Birmingham Conservatoire, directed by Professor Chris Halding, they have helped create a wonderful atmosphere for our special day today. So please join me in giving them a well-deserved round of applause. During our studies, we've been helped along the way by a huge number of academic and support staff. Our sincere thanks go to all of you for your guidance, expertise and enthusiasm. We must also recognise the encouragement and support that our family and friends have given us in all of our student journey. So in a moment, I will ask you all to stand, turn around and join me in giving your family and friends a well-deserved round of applause. So graduates, please stand. Graduation is a celebration of our achievement and marks the beginning of an amazing journey. So as we leave Birmingham City University and begin the next phase of our lives, I hope that we'll take away not just academic excellence and real-world skills, but also many treasured memories, friendships and experiences. I send my warmest congratulations to everyone here today and wish you all every success in your future careers. Thank you.
Graduates, it's been my great pleasure to be here today with you and share the happiness that you've all got. And the Pro Vice Chancellor's right, this is heavy after a few hours. But I'm sure most people would only be too happy to wear this bling at a party. It's incredible. But I now declare this congregation closed. We should be grateful if guests could stand while the stage processions and graduate now leave the stage. Thank you.